Okay, so let me start with a little story about Zac and Zegna. So Zac was a builder I worked with a few years ago that was hired by my client to do a $50,000 kitchen remodel. And his home was in San Diego. It was built in 1927. So I know I'm here on the East Coast. 1927 isn't that big of a deal. But in San Diego, it's a big deal. I mean, this is like an antique, right? It's a relic. I mean, it has special historical designation. It even has a bronze plaque out in front of the house. So this is the kitchen remodel. It turned out gorgeous. And for me, it's my most successful project on house. So I've gotten 25,000 hits on this job in-house. And how that happened was it got written up in a house article. Now it's been in like 3 or 4 house articles, but it's gotten tons and tons of hits. So for me, this is one of my most successful projects. But for Zac, that's not the case. What happened was that the homeowner had a falling out with Zac. And he's never spoken with him since. So Zac hasn't gotten a single referral from this job because he can't even call the homeowner. So, well, what went wrong? Well, obviously, this is a gorgeous-looking kitchen, and it didn't have anything to do with the quality of it. It had to do with his fact that he did not build a rapport with his client. So something happened about halfway through the job. And you see the dog in the picture. That's Zegna. So he was part of the problem. So for some reason, about halfway through the job, Zegna, every time Zac would show up, Zegna would get scared and go and run under the owner's bed. And this just freaked out the homeowner because he didn't know what happened. You know, did he kick my dog? What was going on? And Zac just never addressed it. He just thought, you know, hey, I'm here to build this great looking kitchen, and, you know, I don't really care if the dog runs under the bed. So it's ironic, but at the end of the day, this beagle ended up impacting the success of this job more than the quality of the construction of the project. So what's the moral of the story? Well, it's this. A quality construction project does not always guarantee a happy homeowner. Probably many of you have had this situation, right? You finish a project, it turned out great. Super high quality, it looks gorgeous, but for whatever reason, your homeowner wasn't happy. Have any of you had projects like that? Yeah. So why did that happen? Well, it's because a homeowner often judges the success of a project by focusing on the construction process rather than the final product. If you go back and you look at those jobs that you had problems with, I think you'll find out that it had more to do with the process than it did with the final product. See, Zac, like most builders, was so focused on the product, so focused on getting that kitchen to look correct, that he ignored the process. And he never built a rapport with the homeowner and handled the issue with the dog. You know, it's not always about the finish line. It's about the steps that we take to get there. Now, as builders, right, we're so focused on that finish line. We're so focused on finishing the project, bringing it in on budget and on time. And often, we overlook the steps that are needed to get us there. The challenge for us, each of us, is to find the Zegna in each of our projects. You know, we all have them in each of our projects. And it may not be a dog. It may be the spouse. It may be a neighbor. Or it may be that brother-in-law that's giving bad advice. Or even just an idea or an issue that came up during the project. But our challenge is to identify our Zegna and learn how to deal with it. So Zac learned an important lesson on that job. He now realizes that he is building happy homeowners as well as quality projects. Now, some of you may be saying, you know what? I just don't want to deal with the homeowner, right? I'm a builder. I'm not a psychologist. I don't want to deal with them. Well, you have to realize that the homeowner is part of your project. And you can't just skip over the homeowner's part of the project because you want to work on the building part of the project. It's like your client saying, you know, I just want to skip over the framing and drywall stages. I just want to focus on the finishes because that's the fun part. You can't do that. You have to focus on all of the steps along the way. Okay, so why do we want happy homeowners? Well, happy homeowners are our best referral source. They're our best source of new business. I just came from a presentation, and this high-end builder was talking from Naples, Florida. And he said, unquestionably, his number one source of new business is referrals. And you're obviously not going to get referrals if your homeowners aren't happy. So believe me, you're going to get a lot more business from referrals from prior clients who are happy homeowners than you will from a bunch of great-looking photos on your house website. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to build a better quality product. I'm here to tell you how to improve your process, because it's by improving your process that you're going to build happy homeowners.